Claudio from Coheed and Cambria.
Brilliant. Third day of the UK. How do you find the British soil?
Oh, good, man. I have fun every time we come to the UK.
Yeah.
I really do. One also, a lot of my favorite bands actually have come out of this country.
Yeah.
So, it's nice to kind of come and play here. So.
Brilliant. If two bands were to have sex and Coheed were the offspring, who would be those two bands? Who would be the parents? If you can categorise and such.
Maybe Led Zeppelin and Prince.
Brilliant. Do you ever feel it's a bit restricting, like write music with a preconcept like storyline that like from new comics? Do you ever find it a bit restricting to like you want to write a certain type of music to suit the comic, or do you just like I know it's a super unique thing as it is, but
I hear what you're saying. I mean, no, I don't find it restrictive at all. I mean, the music portion of Coheed and Cambria is just, it is what it is, and the story doesn't really affect it. As far as like the lyrical content, that really, a lot of my personal life actually kind of, feeds the story, feeds the concept. So, so what may seem like this strict like approach, like everything's got to be within the confines of this story, it honestly really isn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of symbolism that kind of, points back to reality, and instead of just this fiction, almost fictional world. So
it's brilliant. How far are you in writing Volume 2? If you can disclose that kind of
not that far. I kind of wanted to take a little bit of a break between the next record and Good Apollo. I mean, I've been toying around with ideas, but nothing concrete. So
cool. That's right. Because what do you think of like some of the Coheed fans who have like given you the cold shoulder when you've further success yourself in like by going to TRL and obviously play on MTV and stuff? Like, how do you find that?
It doesn't really affect me, and I don't think a good majority of our fans, I think they, they understand. I mean, they like the band for what it is, not for something like that. I think they're smarter than that. I mean,
sure.
But again, you do have those that are going, those that are going to say, oh well, TRL, they've sold out, or whatever, and it doesn't bother me. I mean, if that's the way you need to be, fine.
They tend not to be the real fans anyway, so they just want to go by that basis. Anyway, what if is there any other band out there that you'd most like to get in a fight with, band on band?
No, I didn't.
Don't start any bad rumors. Alright, cool. What about any modern day bands that like you feel most inspired by these days?
I haven't really been listening to a lot of contemporary rock.
No.
I find I've been reading more and to pass the time, and just watching movies and television.
Sure.
Not so much television, like I'll sit at my house and buy like DVD serials and just watch those.
Yeah.
But I haven't really been listening to too much music. And if I do, it's usually older songs.
Yeah. Cool. That's cool. Did you get sick of like rock bands just not pushing boundaries in rock music today? Like, 'cause I know you guys are very progressive and very innovative in your like songwriting structures and stuff. Like, do you just wish more bands were like that, or you don't really give a crap?
Yeah. I mean, to each their own. I mean, no one's got to, to please me. It doesn't have to fit a formula. I like all types of music.
Okay. As far as the artwork for your next album, like if you could have any person dead or alive, who would you want to do it? Like, even if they're not an artist, just like a symbolic figure or...
I would, Salvador Dali, I think, is one of my favorites.
Yeah. You've gone to Barcelona recently while you've been over here?
What's that?
Have you been to Barcelona while you've been over here? Like,
no. But there's actually a museum of his stuff in Florida, in St. Petersburg, where I sometimes find myself on the off time. So I'm a fan of that work.
Okay. Would you ever consider collaborating with another like musician / comic book fan, like Jared Way from Monkey with Romance or anything? Like just on a comic book production,
I mean, possibly. I mean, I sometimes find I don't know.
No, don't say.
I don't really know. Like, I've never actually, I'm so new to that medium that I'm still trying to I'm just getting my feet wet. So to go and do a collaboration with someone, I might not know how to approach it. I mean, although I do it with artists and things like that. I mean, when I think of a true collaboration, I think of two minds creating like a world, not just one guy doing the writing and one guy doing the art. Both like really contributing to all the elements of the story.
Sure, that would be right. Yeah. What inspired you to get into comic books and stuff like? Were you always a fan? Like,
I was always a fan. But really, why I got into it was because it wasn't because I was a big comic book fan, so I wanted to make comic books. I mean, partially, but I think more because I wanted to tell a story.
Yeah.
And whether and that was the medium I chose because it reminded me of like movie storyboards and things like that. I mean, if I would have in a perfect world, I would have tried to make a movie right off the bat. But so instead I just decided why not? I'm gonna choose this medium. So because that's like one of the big misconceptions is that we're a bunch of like comic book nerds and so on. Dungeons and Dragons playing geeks or whatever they like to call us, and none of us do that stuff.
No. So, do you find that frustrating, like, because that would partially come from success because like the media like to stereotype people or bands because they cling to certain like comic books or whatever. So did you find that like frustrating?
No, I mean I understand why. I mean I think it's just kind of like laziness.
Yeah.
Honestly, like lazy journalism. So
yeah. As far as are you that bothered about your music being distributed digitally more and more? Like, just with the digital revolution, how more iPods, MP3s and all that.
Yes and no. I mean, one, it really helped us get to where we were, or to where we are. Excuse me. But at the same time, I really like the idea of the package. The whole having it a tangible form, like the art, everything playing an element. So yes and no. So
yeah, that's cool. Right, what's next for Coheed, and what's the next single you're thinking of releasing on this album?
I have no idea.
You don't know yet?
I mean, I know in the States we're going back and doing Welcome Home because it really didn't get the push it deserved its first time around. Here in the UK and in Europe, I'm not sure. I mean, it might be talk of 10-speed after the suffering, so we'll see.
Cool. That's right. All that about wraps it up. Just anything else you want to say to those fans out there that they're in a band and like really inspired by your songwriting skills and like love things to say to those kind of kids?
I hate being on camera. It makes me nervous.
Oh, shit. That makes the whole turn the camera off.
Alright.
That's funny. Alright, cool man. Thanks very much.
You got it, brother.
Rad songwriting.
Oh, thank you very much.
Love your stuff.